Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And a listener named Dawn writes in and says the following. I have listened to you for several years, off and on, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And today I need your help. I don't always subscribe to all of your rantings and beliefs, but generally, I am in agreement with you. I truly love your show. Here is my problem. I met a very nice guy. Appealing, hardworking, and good-hearted. He is a great kisser. But there is one thing that drives me absolutely crazy. He can't get the job done. Don't get me wrong. Everything is great. The kissing and the foreplay. But when we get down to business, it's over in 2 or 3 minutes, tops 5 minutes. I have given him 3 chances to correct this matter, but to no avail. He claims I am a, quote, perfect fit. But he seems to have no control. We have talked about it, but it seems he got either mad or embarrassed. He further told me that the anticipation and excitement pushes him over the edge. Tom, can you give me your thoughts on this? We'd like to keep him around and develop a close and intimate relationship. But if he can't get the job done, and I am left to finish the job later at home, well, I can't see the future in sticking it out with him, and I must move on. But as you can see, I am trying to salvage this situation with him because I truly think he is a great guy. My question is, can this be corrected in men? Can he learn to control the urge and wait for me? If so, how? Or am I just wasting precious time? Love your show. I will be listening. Well, Dawn, here's my answer for you. I do not know if he has seen a doctor about this. This is commonly called premature ejaculation. It is generally a problem for guys who are teenagers. And I am assuming he is more than a teenager. His first stop is to his medical doctor, his general practitioner, possibly to a specialist or to a therapist. See if this can be corrected. Unfortunately, there are some guys, and he sounds like he might be one of them, who are too proud to admit they need help with this kind of thing. So my advice to you is the following. You let them know that you are aware that men have premature ejaculation. And it's no secret that there are other men with this syndrome. And that you'll be patient with him as long as he goes for help. And you'll be happy to go with him if it would be helpful, or to stay home and let him go on his own if that would be best. But that a precondition for continuing the relationship is that he goes promptly for a checkup and then for the necessary therapy that can correct the problem. Again, nothing you've said in your email indicates to me that he is willing to discuss this problem or concede that it's a problem. He simply thinks this is the way things are, and that's that. You shouldn't have to tolerate this. At the very least, if you want to have a relationship with this guy, you should know he's done everything he can to correct the problem. If he hasn't, you should dump him. Move on. This brings up a larger question. Can you have a good relationship without good sex? And I say no, you can't. If you're in a relationship where somebody can't get the job done, is incompetent in bed, it doesn't matter how nice they are, how good they are at their jobs, what good pals or what good companions they are, if they can't do you the way you need to be done, you can't have a relationship. I might add, ladies, that goes for those of you who are holding out, dating and dating and dating and dating and dating a guy, thinking that the longer you hold out, the more he'll respect you, or the less he'll think you're a slut, or the more valuable your vagina is. And it is my belief you cannot have a great relationship without great sex. And it is my opinion that if you are dating somebody and the sex is lousy, you either fix it or get out. What I do not understand is why people consider marrying people, living with people, or continuing relationships with people who do not sexually satisfy them. This goes for guys who want oral favors. This goes for guys who like different positions, who are experimental. This goes for chicks who have never had an orgasm with the men they're with, but they're really nice guys. You know what? You can tell people like this, it's been very nice knowing you. If you like to see a movie once in a while or grab a cup of coffee, fantabulous. But how can you have a romantic relationship with somebody when the sex is either not great or not there? I am very curious about why you would consider a serious relationship with somebody who cannot bring you to an orgasm. And I am very, very confused about women who think they have relationships with guys and there's no sex. They just keep dating. They eat dinner. They eat lunch. They have coffee. They drink wine. They take a long drive. They have a picnic. I've been with women like this. You know what I'm talking about? I told you about the woman I once knew, the chick that went on the cruise with me and was there with me for a week. She was wearing like flannel pajamas to bed after wearing these really sexy dresses, form-fitting, unbelievable body, incredible. And just about when I'd had my fill, she had heard that I was going on a cruise. It was one of these cruises you advertise on the radio and you tell people, hey, go on a cruise with Tom Leykis. People paid to go on the cruise with me. What I got was I got a fee for going. And I got a room, passages for two. So she asked me who I was going with, and I said, nobody. In fact, I've got this other passage. I'm just going to give it back because I have no use for it. She said, oh, I'll go. And then she spent an entire week wearing the sexiest outfits, and her body was killer. When she would sleep next to me in bed every night, one bed, she put that they put the flannel pajamas on, then she'd turn the other way going, well, good night. I spent the entire week with listeners coming up to me going, hey, Tom, look at you, what a pimp, look at you, look at this chick you're with, wow, it's great to be you, buddy. And they had no idea this chick was coming back to my room every night going, good night. And this woman thought we had a relationship going. And in the beginning, it certainly looked like a relationship was developing. Because we did all those things. We walked our dogs together. We had a picnic together. We went to the movies together. We drank a bottle of wine together. We did all these things. Never forget, one time we went out to Will Rogers State Park with our dogs, let the dogs off the leash. Dogs are running around. We're hanging out, drinking a bottle of wine, having a good time. But nothing was happening, and I finally said, that's it. I don't care how hot she is. I can't do this anymore. So suddenly I stopped calling. I stopped setting up days to see her, whatever. And that's when she finally heard me on the radio saying I was going on this cruise. I didn't know you were going on a cruise. Who are you going with? Why women do that, I don't know. But the point is, if there's no sex, ladies, from a male point of view, listen carefully, there is no relationship. See, you have polygamy. That is when you are married to or involved with various people. You have monogamy. Mono meaning one. You're having a relationship with one person. This is not monogamy. This is no-nogamy. There's no nogamy at all. That's the only way I can explain it. I mean, how can you have a monogamous relationship with someone you're not having sex with? And there are many women who are under this mistaken impression that when you're dating them, like when you're going to movies and dinner and taking long drives with them and stuff, somehow they think this is a relationship. And I don't get that. And the same thing is true with people who cannot satisfy you sexually. All right, let's say there are people you are having sex with, but you're just not feeling satisfied. Why would you want to have a long-term relationship with somebody like that? That is the kind of person they either go for therapy or you dump them. Right?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
In order, I scream, it's 3 o'clock, I gotta turn Tom Leykis on, and all my girlfriends think I'm crazy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Rose on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rose.
This is a very good, I'm going to tell you exactly how it is, just like you tell it like it is. Women, like me, if I'm just going through a breakup or whatever, or I can't get the one that I really want for the moment, for some, whatever reason, then yeah, I'm going to hang out with some guy that I have to be attracted to. And but nothing's going to happen. You know, you can hang out with him, have a glass of wine.
Well, in this case, she says she's attracted to him, but he's done in 2 minutes.
Oh, are you talking about the guy that's done in 2 minutes, or are you talking about, like, the lady that was...
I'm talking the woman who wrote in. Said.
What are you talking?
Said she's into him every way, right down to the kissing and the foreplay, but when they get down to business, it's over in 2 or 3 minutes, tops 5.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to cut it in a relationship.
That's what I'm saying. He either goes and gets help for that and gets it fixed, or she should just get out.
Right.
But there are many people who say, but he's such a nice guy. He's such a good person. He'd make such a good dad. That there are people willing to put up with that.
I don't think that's going to work, because a relationship's got to be a good one. You got to be like... Well,
but that's very generic. I mean, the relationship's got to be a good one. If you're not having an orgasm when you're having sex, you do not have a good relationship, period. And by the way, if you have a relationship where there is no sex, it is not a relationship.
That's right. And that's why you're getting into relationships, so you can enjoy each other all you want.
Exactly.
But I thought you were also asking about why do these women go walk your dog and you had a bottle of wine with her, and yet she says good night. And her.
I mean, I understand if she's not into me, stop mooching off me.
Well,
by the way, she did ultimately tell me why she was doing it.
And?
I actually had the conversation with her.
Uh-huh.
And here's what she told me.
What?
She told me that she used to be that way, jumping into bed with everybody she ever dated. But then she read a book by Dr. Tony Grant called Being a Woman. And this book told her to hold out. She meets the guy of her dreams. Hold out so he'll respect you.
Well...
And she was following the book.
Yeah, well, we all try to do that, but believe me...
She was not going to have sex with anyone. She was done being a slut, and she was not going to have sex with anybody until she has a committed relationship.
Well, then she's I don't know what she's up to, but... Yeah, we all try to do that.
Well, that was the last time I ever saw her. That was it right there.
Yeah. Well,
because I have the exact opposite. I will not get into a committed relationship until I've had sex with you and I know if we have any chemistry.
But, you know, there's also a lot of women out there that they will just hang out with a guy because they're waiting for that special guy. Well, if you have a woman hanging out with you and then you wonder, how come we're not getting any further? It's really because they're really not that much into you, and they're just waiting for the guy that they really want to come around, and you're just a pacifier. But, you know, I mean, I've done it myself. Nothing happens. Nothing happens to the guy because I'm not really into him. But at the moment, you know, you have nothing else better to do, and this guy's attractive, so, hey, why not hang out?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm telling people, once you see that that's the relationship you're in, get out that day. Don't wait.
We're just like men. We can't stop ourselves. No matter how many books we read, if we're into the guy, we cannot stop ourselves.
Yeah, well, that's why the guys have to stop themselves and not wait for her to stop.
That's right.
Get out.
Anyway, Tom, you are so... I mean, I really... I like the way you think.
Well,
you're kind of a male version of me.
Really?
Yeah.
What you need is my handprint on your ass, darling.
Oh, and then the other day we were talking about the internet dating.
Yes.
Watch out. There's a lot of women out there, and they just want to go out. I mean, I'm not one of them. I'm very conscientious about, I don't want to waste a guy's time, and I don't want to waste his money. So if you ever go on an internet date, go take a girl to a place where it's maybe like $6.95 a plate. If she wants to go to a nice dinner, it's because she's just out for a free dinner, and I know somebody like that. She's on the internet, and she just goes out.
There's a lot of women like that, whether they have computers or not.
So, guys out there, don't be stupid. There's women out there that are like that.
Don't be stupid. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Kelly on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Pretty good, Kelly.
So, premature ejaculation. I was a sucker. I got married at 21. And we dated for 6 weeks, and then I was engaged for 9 months and got married. And I just thought that, like, he was just excited because I'm attractive, and I thought it would get better. Can you hear me?
Yes. Why would you think that?
Well, I was young. I'm
okay.
Okay, 21.
Because as I've been telling everybody, you know what? The first 6 months are the best it ever is.
Right. Well,
if it isn't good enough after 6 months, leave today.
Tom, it sucked for 15 years.
Why did you wait so long?
Because
you weren't young after 15 years of that.
After I got married, I realized the light bulb went off. This isn't getting better. So I went to sex counseling, just like what you had said. And that was going pretty well till I got knocked up during sex counseling. So there came baby number 1. Then my birth control failed me, and 22 months later came baby number 2. So I'm 25 years old with 2 kids with a guy that's really nice, you know. Nice guy. But
he's such a nice guy.
I worry about my sons having it. I hope it's not genetic. Jeez. But I stayed faithful for 15 years. You know, I just thought, hey, you can't have everything. I mean, sometimes he'd go in the bathroom and do his thing because he was Superman round 2. Round 1 just sucked. I mean, I couldn't even get...
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was bad. But I was a loyal girl. I'm a Southern California, born and raised. Thought I was doing the right thing. And in my late 30s, I said, I can't do this anymore. So I'm getting married to a gynecologist in 6 months.
Really?
So found a guy that knows his way around.
He knows to warm up that speculum before he puts it in, right?
He warms that speculum. I'm not going to be telling you what we do in that office.
Woo-hoo!
Hours.
You get into the stirrups and you're off to the races.
Hell yeah, I get in the stirrups. You think I wouldn't?
I'm glad you would.
Hell yeah. So I think it was ignorance. It was just, being young, and then you get stuck with the kid thing, and everything was cool, and except that. So I was like, just feeling like, don't be such a bitch. Just take the good part.
Right.
But, it just wasn't, and then he didn't want to go to therapy anymore, and then, it was just like one thing after the next, and it was like, it's been 7 years now, and the guy hasn't dated.
Well, but what do you mean he hasn't dated? He hasn't dated?
What do you think? I mean, I kind of wonder why doesn't he,
Well, you would think he would get a date, and then the woman would find out, oh, my God. And then stop dating him, but he hasn't even gotten one date?
We've not been together since 97, and I do not think there has been anything but his hand in his pants.
Woo!
I don't think so.
Wow.
No. I dated a few years and then met a great guy, and we've been together almost 6 years, and we're gonna finally tie the knot in September. But I just hung out of loyalty. I mean, there were many times I had opportunities to cheat. That was not a problem, but I don't know. It wasn't my style. Maybe I was foolish.
Maybe you were.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I'm a size 4 double D, and I know you don't believe a lot of women that call and say that to you, because I'm subject to listening to you with my boyfriend, as I call him now, on a constant basis. But it's the truth. So
why don't you just send us a photo, and we'll be the judge of that.
Send you a photo.
Yes.
And where will that end up? I got it.
We'll promise not to publish it or anything. No. I will look at it personally. I will analyze it myself.
When I got a divorce, I sold my house in your stomping ground. I had a house over in Culver City.
Really?
Over where you broadcast from, yeah?
Is that so?
So I went and bought myself a chest. They were my divorce boobies.
There we go.
Huh?
I said, there we go. Yeah.
So listen, if you figure out an answer other than, ladies, don't be stupid, get out, let women know, because you're right on the money.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom.
I had a girl I was just booty call for 2 weeks, and she calls me up and she says, I wrote my mom a letter and I told her all about you. And I told her, hey, you can write her another one and tell her you got dumped.
The Tom Leykis Show.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Talking about a letter we got from a woman who has a perfect relationship. The guy is just peachy. Except he can't get the job done in bed. 2, 3 minutes, 5 tops, he's done, and she has to go home and finish herself off. She's not sure she should leave him. I'm like, what, are you kidding? Of course you should leave him. For God's sake. Tommy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care?
Yeah, actually I do.
Great.
Anyhow, I just don't see how a relationship and sex are even remotely connected. My fiancé and I have a great relationship. We belong to adult friend finders. He goes on. We play together. We don't go out with any couple or girl that we don't both like. What's the big deal? Why can't you just go out, get some good sex? What's the holdup here?
Well, because people in this society are raised and socialized to find one person and either live with them or get married to them.
Yeah, but this all goes back to...
That's all one-stop shopping, and that's what it is.
No. Oops, sorry. But, so it all goes back to when women were owned by men, but we're not anymore, so let's go have a good time. And
well, it's not just women being owned by men. Women want to own men at least as much as men want to own women in this society.
This is true, but, I have my boyfriend's heart, and, if he goes on a trip to Denver, then I get online on our website and find someone for him to hook up with there.
Then you find someone for you to hook up with.
Oh, yeah. but only girls.
Why do you need a boyfriend?
I'm just having a good time, and we love taking care of each other, and he pays for all my extreme waxing, thigh high, and shoe needs, so.
What's in it for him?
Thigh highs, shoes.
Yeah, and what's in it for him?
We have a good time, at least 1 to 3 times a day.
I understand that, but you could do that without living together, without him paying your expenses.
This is true, but I only have to do half the housework.
You only have to do half the housework?
Yeah.
Well, again, what's in it for him?
No, I do all the housework, and I do all the cleaning. It's a traditional relationship. He's a man, and I think men should be men.
But why do the two of you need to live together?
We don't, but we enjoy each other.
Why do the two of you call each other boyfriend and girlfriend?
Because it's fun, and we enjoy it.
What
We're
for?
not married.
How? But why? Why not just be one of the booty calls on the list?
He wasn't so good in bed, maybe. You know, but I don't know. I think he was a lesbian in a previous lifetime, so I kind of want to hold on to him.
He was a lesbian in a previous lifetime. Why, does he have to strap one on?
No. He's just very good.
I see. Got it. All right. What do you look like, dear?
Well, I do Olympic weightlifting as a sport, and I used to be an exotic dancer. Does that count?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you are today.
I have blonde hair and blue eyes, and I'm 5'9", and I don't know. I think I'm down to a size 8 now. And
so it means you're up. You were up from what?
From what?
Yeah. What were you originally?
I had gotten up to a 12, and then I lost weight.
A 12. So your weight is what now?
I'm down to an 8.
Yeah, that's not a weight. That's a size. What is your weight?
Oh, my weight. I'm 165.
165?
Yeah, I'm kind of light for an Olympic weightlifter, but I still enjoy it.
Uh-huh. Okay. You know, we're checking your zip code here, and there's not a lot of slim women in that area.
Well, they need to work out more, don't they?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Why do I get the feeling we're not talking about somebody who is compact? 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Not much, Mike.
Hey, man, does this fall into the same category of you living with a female 15, 16 years and there's no sex for the last 5 years?
Yeah, why would you be there?
Hey, I love her.
Well, you could love her, but have a girlfriend who lusts after you.
Yeah, it didn't start off like that, Tom. I mean, it was, we was sexing everywhere, but it just, 5 years ago, it just came to a head.
So now, where do you go for sex?
Oh, I handle my business.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. You're happy with that? You're happy having to sneak around like that?
No, not really, but I do what I have to do at the moment.
You do what you have to do.
Yeah, I be hoping to get better, but it ain't getting no better right now.
Well, believe me, once it's stopped for 5 years, it's not starting again.
Yeah, I kind of see your point there.
By the way, if she took all her clothes off and did something really sexy, would you even get turned on at this point?
Nah, nope.
Yeah, because you know what my attitude would be? If I came home suddenly and she was like in lingerie and she's ready to do like belly dancing for me or whatever, I'd be like, oh, now you want me.
Yeah, I learned that too.
Now you're hot for me. Now you want me to have sex with you.
Yeah, you're right.
So it wouldn't even matter now if she were interested after 5 years. I'd be like,
it don't.
I'm out.
It don't.
So, but you're going to stay there, what, forever?
No, I'm going to make my way out, but...
Oh, what's the delay here? Can't find an apartment?
Out of work.
Oh, you're out of work?
Yeah.
All right, see, there's always some really good reason why people stay.
Once again, you are the man.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, won't you blow me up, Tom?
Of course I will. Mike gets a job, he's out. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Eric on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what up, Tom?
Not much, Eric.
How you doing today?
I'm okay.
Hey, man, I was just driving, man, and I always listen to your show either if I'm in my truck or if I'm in the car. I happen to be in the car, and I left my cell phone at home, but I had a dilemma, and I want to ask you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I don't get sex but maybe once or twice a week.
Why do you tolerate that?
I'm already married, and I thought it would be different. I
know, but now that you know, I see here on the screen you've been married 2 years.
Yeah.
Got no kids.
No kids.
Why stay for that?
I don't know. I feel it's more to her than just the sex, but sex is important, like you said.
Well, it is, because if you're not getting it now more than twice a week, you will get it eventually somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, and that's going to end up what happening. But I don't want that to happen with my marriage. It's my first marriage, and I'm trying to find all.
Then you got to tell her, this is not what I bargained for. It's not what I signed up for.
Right.
And either A, it's going to change, or B, I'm going to leave.
Just like that.
It has to be like that. By the way, I'll bet you were getting it more than 2 or 3 times a week before you got married.
Hell yeah, I get it every 4 times a day if I wanted to.
You were.
You know, yeah,
now she got what she wanted. She got you to sign the contract.
That's what it was. Slow me down, huh?
That's right. You ever go to, you ever see the ad in the paper? You know, they got 5 pounds of potatoes for 99 cents over there at Ralph's, or Food for Less or something?
Yeah.
So you go to the store, when you get there, then filet mignon, $18 a pound. It's called a loss leader. They sell something at a loss to get you in the door.
Right.
That's what women do with sex.
Well, why would they? Why?
Now, sex 4 times a day. And you're like, oh, I'm going to that store. Yeah. I'm shopping there. And once they get you in the door, it's like, yeah, limited time only.
And it's gone.
That's right.
And it's gone. Hey, thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Appreciate the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. If you're with somebody who cannot get the job done, should you stay because they're nice? Well, they've got so many other good qualities. Please. 1-800-5800-866. Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, I got to tell you, man, thank God for somebody like you on the radio finally speaking what needs to be spoken, because there's no more Clint Eastwoods, there's no more Steve McQueens, and people that sit around for a nice guy. I mean, I really believe, honestly, Tom, at the bottom of my heart, that if people were banging the way they need to be banged, problems would wash away to the sea like the trash does when it rains here in L.A.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I can't believe this woman hangs out with this guy. She needs to be she needs a pipe sandwich on a hard roll about 4 times a day. And once she gets that, Tom, she'll know what it's all about. This guy will be dust. You know what I'm saying, Tom? Rex and effects, stick and move, brother. I love what you're saying. It's good because I know a lot of women. I don't date women unless they listen to you, Tom.
I like that.
Because they know where I'm coming from, and it's all about honesty.
They know why you're there.
Exactly, Tom. And if you're honest, you'd be amazed at what they'll do for you. You'll be amazed bringing women to bed. It doesn't matter what age. I love women, Tom. As long as you're honest with them and you tell them, hey, I'm here to wreck you, they love to be wrecked, Tom, because guys don't speak like that. And I think that's the problem with most marriages. They need to start. It's disgusting. It's upsetting. I'm from a broken marriage. Everyone I know is divorced. And I've found in my own life, I'm 34, Tom, you're just honest with women. I mean, who doesn't want to get laid proper, Tom?
I totally agree with you, Brian. Thank you. David on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yeah, Tom, I was curious because you're always talking about before you had money, women always said you weren't good in bed.
Oh, no, not just that. I was always wrong. I was always being nagged. I'm right all the time now.
Right, and I love you, but, I mean, then how are you telling them to leave? Because, I mean, like with me, women always leave because I don't have what you have, but I'm only good in bed.
Well, what are you worried about? Just why do you need to keep them around?
That's true.
I mean, what? Is this really an issue?
No, I was just curious how you felt because, like you were saying...
That's how I feel.
Because you got money.
That's how I feel. You know what? If they don't want to stay around, that's fine. I got what I wanted.
I like that. That's how you rule.
That's the deal, David. Sheena, the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, you just told that guy he should leave his wife. You guys, they have their whole life to spend with each other. Why rush it?
Because the sex will not get better. It only gets worse.
Oh, no. That's why you're supposed to save the best for later on.
Well, that's a very nice slogan, dear, but the real world, the sex is the best in the beginning.
I'm married, and guess what? My husband, we've been married for 3 years, and sex is just getting better and better and better and better.
Sure it is, dear.
Because the more you fall in love with them, the better it gets.
Oh, yeah, the more you fall in love with somebody, the better the sex gets.
Yeah,
dear, trust me when I tell you, I've been around the block over and over, and it only gets worse.
The Tom Leykis Show.